This guy here was the mind behind some of the most appreciated guitars in the 70s and 80s. The best guitarists of that period, such as Julian Bream and Ghiglia, played his guitars for years. The coincidence is that I was also lucky enough to own a guitar created by the same guitar maker. And in this video I am going to share with you how I got to be the owner of this guitar, how this beautiful 1970s built instrument sounds, and why I finally choose to do a whole video on this guitar. Please enjoy this story. This is me in 2013. At that time, I was studying for the conservatory placement exam. I used to play my father's guitar, an old classical Ibanez, but it was time to buy a better instrument and take my studying to the next level. After going to guitar making exhibitions and music fairs without buying any guitar, I came across an advertisement for a 1971 classical guitar made by the famous Japanese luthier Masaru Kohno. I remember being very excited about the instrument, so I got in touch with the owner. He was a student like me, but he was preparing for the conservatory final exam. And he was selling the Masaru Kohno to buy a new guitar with different characteristics. After some back and forth about the price, we made a deal. And since the guitar was there in Milan, but at that time I was here in Puglia, I took a train to Milan to close the deal and buy this guitar that has been with me for many years. So this is how I got to be the owner of my Masaru Kohno, and this is how it sounds. The guitar was built in 1971, as shown in the interior cartouche. This stuff here. Judging by the number printed on the inside, it is the 15th guitar made by the Japanese master. The top is made of spruce, and the body is made of Indian rosewood. The saddle is made of bone, which is unusual nowadays, since in many countries bone is no longer used and has been replaced with synthetic materials. The scale length is 660 millimeters, which you might think is too much, but it is well balanced by the flat and comfortable neck. Honestly, I don't know exactly how Masaru Kohno became one of the most famous and appreciated luthiers during the second half of the 20th century. Certainly, one of the main reasons is because he studied in Barcelona with the famous Spanish luthier Ignacio Fleta, and this probably made it possible for Kohno to get closer to the Western classical world, getting him to know famous guitarists such as Andres Segovia. Furthermore, his instruments have been trusted and played by some of the most famous guitarists of the 20th century, including Julian Bream, Sharon Isbin, and Oscar Ghiglia. Today, the time has come to move forward and begin a new chapter of my guitar journey. Over the past few years, I've kept playing various instruments, and I've bought some new guitars. But this Masaru Kohno is really a gem during my course of study and among the various guitars I have ever tried. So I finally decided to record this video to share with everyone what this guitar sounds like, but mostly to remind myself what this guitar sounds like before I sell it. I finally decided to sell this instrument to someone who can play it more and better than I can. So it's just time to move on. Bye bye, Kohno. The scale length is so... His instrument among the various guitars I've ever tried.